Welcome to The Lift with Sheila Robinson-Kiss. Come on in. There's always a special place set aside for you here where you can relax, kick up your heels, pour yourself a nice, refreshing drink, and prepare to be lifted and soar. Everybody, thank you and welcome back to The Lift with Sheila Robinson-Kiss. Your Auntie Sheila is in the house. It's always wonderful to see you, to connect with you. I have such a robust topic to jump into, but first things first. This is the channel, everyone. We've got it all: mental health, movement, motivation, you name it, elevation, and the best relationship advice around. So if you're loving what I'm doing, don't forget to subscribe and share the news of the channel with your friends and family. Now we're going to get into our topic, but I also want to share, I told you that I would let you know when my next book, book number 6, has dropped, The Busy Lie. And wonderful news, we debuted as a #1 international bestseller. I'm over the moon about this. This title is available right now. You can get your hard copy. You can also get your download on Kindle. It's available now. Check it out. Check out some of those fabulous reviews. This book is a game changer. It truly is all about the busy lies we tell ourselves, the busy lies we tell other people. It causes us to miss out on the very best of life. Dive in. It's humorous. You're gonna laugh. In some parts, you're gonna cry. It's very readable, an easy, efficient, fun read. Pick up your copy today. The Busy Lie. Can't wait to hear from you, and please review the book as well once you're done. You know, this topic that we're going to dive into today on the channel, this message is very near and dear to my heart because it speaks to exactly what I'm here to support you with. And that is a plan. So my question for you, my friends, straightforward question, do you have a plan? Do you have a plan, a mental health and resilience plan? And today, I'm going to lay out what happens. We got to talk about what happens when you don't. This is a 2-part series. So this particular message, I'm going to lay out what happens when you don't have a plan, the benefits of having the plan. And then part 2, I'm going to get into some strategies on what you can drop into your mental health and resilience plan. Here's the deal. This is the real deal. Only, and this is a small number, we only have about 40 to 50% of folks in the United States, and these statistics generally mirror from country to country, but only 40 to 50% in the United States have any type of mindfulness practice or are paying any type of attention to their mental health. I would venture a guess, an educated guess. We don't have a hard number on this, the 40 to 50%, that's a hard number. But I would venture to guess that only 15 to 20%, if that, actually have a resilience plan with strategy built into their life to manage the ups, downs, the highs, the lows, the twists and turns. It's inevitable. You're going to run into it. And let me tell you something. The fact that only 40% of people are even paying any kind of attention, that lets you know right there, there's another 60% or so that they don't have their eye on the ball with their mental health program. They're not being accountable for what they put out into world, who they impact. So I've said it before, I'll say it again. We don't just do this work for ourselves. You are the first beneficiary. So the fragrance, the person that extends the rose, that fragrance is going to stay in your hand. So we do know that, we celebrate that. You're the first beneficiary. Yet, trust me, the work that you do, the people who have committed, yeah, I want to take this walk fair. I want to be accountable. I want to make sure that I'm in some type of an alignment, some type of elevation out here. Let me tell you, you win the award today. You are literally, as far as I'm concerned, holding this situation for all of us together. We need wonderful people like you. I've said it many times, there's a certain kind of person who is attracted to this message and content, beautiful people, wonderful people, a part of this community. So thank you for being here. I don't have to ask you if you're doing your work. You wouldn't even be listening if you're not doing your work. So I applaud you. Let's get into this in the only way I know how to do it. I only do it one way. It's just I'm coming at you straight from the heart. What do I give you? I give you the clinical. This is 30 years. It's not a hobby for me. I prepared for you formally. This is my vocation: therapist, mental health educator, writer. So these aren't Mickey Mouse games here. Practical. I'm blending in the life experience, what I've seen, what I've walked people through. I'm not just talking the talk, I'm walking it. And then the message wouldn't be complete. And I'm bringing you I blend the spiritual into it as well. Not necessarily a religious person. I wrote in book number 5, They're Not Coming. My opinion is that religion is man's way of limiting God. I think there's many paths to the divine and living a righteous, fulfilling life. God bless you on your journey, and I hope you have found that path for yourself. So I want to go over 4 points. You can get out a pen, piece of paper. Honestly, what my videos are, they're miniature courses. That's what it is. It's a mental health course, labor of love. I bring it to you because it's only one goal in this, that you walk elevated. So I see my candle here. I forgot one thing. Would you go ahead before we jump into these 4 and go ahead, let's all make a wish on your life. What do you want to invite in? What are you looking for? What are you excited about? Let's all make that wish together here. Okay, good. I made mine. And guess what? You were in my wish. I'm not going to tell you what it was, but you were in it. So number 1, if you don't have this plan I'm talking about, it's going to be very difficult to have a successful life. Well, Sheila, what do you mean by that? All roads lead back to your mental health. Every road you travel. Am I biased? Yes, I am biased. I do see life in a particular view because of this work that I do. But I can tell you what, how you think, your perspective, your mindset, how you talk to yourself, the monologues you have, the dialogues you have with others. The monologue is inside your head. That's what you're going to live out. All of that, those are components of mental health. So if you don't have the plan put together I'm talking about, see, it's compromised. Oh, but Sheila, I'm doing fine. I'm successful. Do you have this plan? If you have it, you'll be more successful. We know that. The data tells us that. Is very clear. Number 2, you will find yourself ill-equipped, and I'll get into some examples in a little bit, ill-equipped to deal with the challenges that come up, the personalities that you're going to encounter, the curveballs, and mainly the big curveballs, the toxic ones, the negative ones, they come from people who are not doing the work. They're who are not doing the work. I will reference a few videos in the underneath this video. One of them I talk about the 3 types of people you don't want to lose sleep over. And I have a couple other little golden nuggets there too. And I can tell you that those are where the curveballs come. And if you're not equipped with your strategic planning for mental health and resilience, someone is going to enter your life. It could be a personal situation, professional, might even be a stranger. There's been some examples of that too. And your world is going to be rocked. Okay, your world is going to be rocked. And raise your hand if you've had your world rocked. Okay, I've had my world rocked. Okay, let's say a rock crashed into it. And I know what it is and looks like and feels like. And that's why I got myself busy in this career, in this personal life, with a plan. And baby, you better believe it. And the plan is worked daily. So this type of thing, what I'm talking about, will insulate your life. Whereas a situation may crash in before and just bowl you over. It's not that you will not be affected. We're human beings, but you will not be on your knees. That's what I'm giving you. That's what I'm talking about. See, I have had the session, the mental health, the therapy on the psych unit. A man or a woman's on the psych unit because someone was allowed to put them there. And it can happen. Energies can happen. So stay with me. Number 3, you will lose valuable time. Without a plan, you will lose valuable time. Because what you're doing, if you don't have the plan, when the curveballs come, you're scrambling for a plan and scrambling to make sense of it. But when you have the plan, okay, X has happened. Looks like a foolish situation or crazy situation to me. Let me go on right in my plan. I already have this charted out, exactly what I can do for myself here in this situation. I've been working on my mindset, my resilience. Let's roll. And I can implement it. But when you don't have it, what you find, you're reaching, grasping for straws. And I can tell you something. The other thing about when we get in real nice with our mental health work and the tools and strategies, you can call BS very fast. You can call BS very fast. And you know when someone is giving you a crock of bull, or you can, the healthier you become. And it's not about judgment. It is purely about taking this walk in compassion and clarity. Compassion, clarity, your focus and confidence. You will be able to discern very fast someone who is not doing their work. They're not rolling up their sleeves. They're not accountable. You'll be able to discern that very quickly and come into that conclusion. My goodness, will shave off a lot of time because you're not stumbling and bumbling. And is it me? Is it is it the lunar eclipse? Is it, is the earth on its axis here? Because you are called BS. You can do that when you're working and walking in clarity. Next, this is big. Number 4. What happens when we're not coming from a clear perspective? We got the resilience, we're working that. We got the mental health. They called it mental health because it's mentally healthy. And the more health you have in that area, emotional, physical, psychological, you open yourself up to beautiful opportunities. You open yourself up for opportunities of connection. You open yourself up for opportunities of joy. And you open yourself up for opportunities of tremendous personal growth. Because when we're in real nice with our resilience and mental health plans, we're accountable. We're accountable. We're not playing the games. You know what? Let me back up. I think I need to do some self-examination. I didn't see that clearly, but let me back up and take a second look here. Excuse me. What happened last week? Please pardon me. I was under stress. What I should have done is taken a couple deep breaths. Understand, not personal. Not personal. I do apologize. I'm fully accountable for that. See, that's how we work it when we're situated very nicely into this work. Now we're not playing games with ourselves. We're not playing games with other people. It's a clean, efficient way to live. Now, I like to hit things home with some practical. I want to share some stories with you that over the years have tugged at my heart and given me a hell of a lot of extra ammo for this work. The work has fueled itself. It's fueled my spirit, but the work fuels itself forward as well. Now, many years ago, I was sitting with a man, and by the way, I started to work with him. This was work related. I had to do a particular assessment on this gentleman and some layers. It's like an onion. We all are like an onion. You peel back the layers, you get more and more of the bigger picture. And so he was living alone, had been doing so for about 12 years, rough divorce, as he explained it. Sheila, I've got my dogs, and I've got my dinners, and I've got a lot of peace. Now, there was a lot of isolation in his life too. So a natural question, I asked, have you ever wanted to meet someone, throw your hat in the ring again, metaphorically speaking? And he said to me, Sheila, I never want to be put in a position to go through that kind of pain again. And he was very adamant about it. Okay, I didn't push the issue. We talked a little bit further, but what really stayed with me, I'm sharing this story because certainly you're never going to be put in that position again to be hurt, but you're also never going to be put in the position to experience love, joy, passion, companionship, and all the things. These are opportunities that are created inside of mental health. So there was a fear that had taken hold. And let me tell you, nothing wrong with wanting to be safe and secure. One of my favorite quotes, a ship in harbor is safe. It's safe. It doesn't belong there. A ship belongs out on the open ocean, lake, you name it, all different kinds of vessels here. I think everyone, if you watch the channel for a while, you understand where I'm coming from. The lack of a mental health and resilience plan, it shrinks confidence, and you can end up feeling these things happen. It hit him so hard, and there it is. His words, not mine. She ruined me. She ruined me. That's a lot of power to give someone. That's a lot. Let's think about that for a second. She ruined me, or he ruined me. That's a lot of power for someone to ruin someone's life. But when we're not situated in the work, people can come in and ruin, not ruin an afternoon, ruin a life. So the more we're working on ourselves and we're situated, okay, you hurt me. All right, I'll give you that. You got that one. Score one on your board. If that's what you were going for, you did it. But guess what? Guess what? I got a life and resilience plan here that says, you're a liar. I'm not going to stay down. I work my plan, and you pop right back up. Don't you want to live like one of those, the beach balls that you blow it up? You can't hold that sucker underwater, it's going to pop up. I consider myself, I'm like a human jack in the box. You may get me down, but I'm, you're churning and bing, and the sucker pops up. That's just how it is. That's how it goes when you're working that resilience. You may get a little sidetracked, but it's not going to hit you to the point where, oh, they ruined me. No, you didn't ruin a damn thing. So that's the key right there, that we know the plan creates bounce back. It creates bounce back. Another story for you. A woman had reached out some time ago. I want to excel in my work environment. I know what I'm capable of inside of myself. Sheila, I'm dealing with some debilitating anxiety and self-doubt. That's what I'm dealing with here. And the reality is this: there are certain things you can't go and get a formal degree, in resilience, building that for yourself, and mental health. These are not things that you can read about. It's nothing of that sort. Making the commitment that I'm going to deal with myself, I'm going to work on myself, I'm going to cultivate these tools, that's deeply personal. No one can hand that to you. And so you will see things like depression, anxiety come in to other areas out of your life beside mental health, the work arena, with your relationships, and they wreak havoc. They wreak havoc on that. And I know someone right now, I had mentioned this in a video a few weeks ago, family member, later in life, no plan, no mental health and resilience plan. Guess what? Extremely successful. Bank account, millions, all that, check those boxes. For me, I don't define success in terms of monetary, because I've worked with people, wealthy people, all walks of life. I've been everywhere. Okay. I do not define, that is not my operational definition of success. Money. It's really, that's in there, but it's very low on the ladder here. You talk to me about your level, talk to me about your level of internal peace. Talk to me about the quality of your relationships. Talk to me about accountability. Talk to me about quality of life across the board. Talk to me about those things first. Then we can get to the monetary. Because honestly, everything, again, my perspective, I'm not a fool. I grew up, quite frankly, on the poverty line. You all know my story. I'm not out here Mary Poppins here. I know what it is to do without. But everything that matters most in this life, my opinion, leave a comment, tell me what you think. Everything that matters most in life, in my opinion, is something you can take with you. When this life is over, what you're going to take, your love that you created, your relationships, your knowledge. I could be wrong. Maybe there's a bank back home. Maybe so. Then I'll be the first one. Meet me on the other side. I'll try to set up a YouTube channel over there when we've all crossed over. And then I'll make YouTube and say, sorry, guys, I didn't know. I didn't know there was banks over here. I don't think there are. So it's good. Money, creature comforts, you name it. Money can do some very awesome things. It can, but it cannot, it will not, it does not replace warmth, integrity, love, connection, peace of mind. It just doesn't roll that way. So this is the heart and soul of the matter. There are things that a mental health and resilience plan will check the box on, anxiety that can be debilitating and limiting, self-doubt. All of that is in the mix with your resilience and mental health plan. So 3 things benefits, very clear benefits. As you cultivate this beautiful plan, I'll keep in mind, I got a part 2 to this video. I'm just getting us warmed up here. You heard me mention these words before: compassion, clarity. And I love this big C. It's the 3 C's: confidence. Compassion, clarity, and confidence. You know very well when you are interfacing, when you're dealing with someone who is walking the walk and talking the talk, you cannot, authenticity and real confidence, I won't say it can't be faked. It's damn hard to pull it off. It's damn hard to pull it off. That comes from a being centered. You've earned and done it. You'll walk your walk. You've done your work. You can see people in such a compassionate and clear perspective. You don't have to go through life damning anyone. You're good to yourself. You're good to others. You know when to, as the old Western goes, you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. Okay, I'm going to keep my day job, but it's nice with a little rhythm to it. You have to know. That's what the confidence will do. It takes you out of that doubt. I know which angle to move. It may take you a minute to figure out, but that's what you get when you're working your plan. Keep in mind, this is part 1. I'm getting us revved up. If you're living this life, if you're the ship that I'm talking about, say, Sheila, I like to sit in the harbor sometime, but baby, I got to sail. I've got to live it. If you're like me, I've got to live it. I've got to live this thing. It does involve some missteps, mistakes. We stumble along the way. But at the end, whenever that is, I do want to say, I lived it. So we're going to bump into challenges. We're going to bump into people who are not remotely interested in doing their work. Now, case in point, I just went through a situation. This individual, I very much wanted some support to get a project done. This individual promised the moon, the stars, just a lot of okay, sounds good. Let me tell you, the final product was so far from what was remotely promised. I could only conclude, and I should back up and say, was I discombobulated? Yes. Was I hurt? Yes. Did it take a minute for the shock to just go through me? I'm like, is this a scam? Are you just doing stuff for fun? What the hell is this? Absolutely check all those boxes. But what has been gratifying is being able to come into the plan, work the tools of elevation that are a part of my mental health and resilience plan, and just move along. Move along. Was there some cash loss? Yes. Was there a headache? And all that goes with that. But that's part of life. That's just part of being out here and being a soul that's living this, and clarity, compassion, confidence, all of that. It comes with it. You're not going to get away scot-free. But again, the plan held, the plan worked, and the ability to move on in the face of upsets like that and not be toppled, and not end up in a fetal position, or not feeling that disempowerment. And that's a key word. And I will wrap up on that word, that, see, we are here. It's an incredibly short trip. The other day I was watching, it's a series about interstellar, the planets, and Jupiter, Mars, Odyssey, all this cutting edge technology that they have, and what they know now. And I'm looking at just these beautiful planets, you know, considering our timeline, and dinosaurs used to be here and millions of years, and our lives are so meaningful yet incredibly short. Incredibly short. We are meant to take this walk, to be, in my opinion, versions of shooting stars, to shoot through the galaxy, shoot through this lifetime, do what we can, learn what we can, impact the people in our lives. If you impact positively two people, one person, don't think for 1 minute. Do you know how wonderful that is to change the trajectory of someone's life for the better? If you impact one or two, if you impact 20,000, if you impact 20 million, that's what we're here to create beautiful impact. And we pray for forgiveness when our impact screws some things up, but hopefully we land far more often on the positive side, and then just go home. So simple as that. All these we can take the complications out of it. It's going to take a mental health plan that you're working to stay upright when you're doing all of that. So listen, get into this, listen to it again. Listen to it again if you need to. Tune in shortly. We're going to get into part 2 of it. I also, listen, I want pick up the book, The Busy Lie. Again, so excited about this. Debuted as a #1 international bestseller. It's short, it's sweet, it packs a punch. Just like your Auntie Sheila, I'll be back real soon with some more inspiration for you.